Musketeers, welcome back. We're doing something a little different today. We're going to talk about some of the favorite things that have happened in 2020, from items to memories and more. So we've got a list of 15. I kind of want to make this a tag, so feel free to post a video with your favorites and letting me know what your favorites are in the comments below. Quickly, I am sorry for the lack of uploads and videos lately. It's just been a crazy year, a crazy time of year with work and personal life. And thank you guys first off for all your well wishes and checking in, hanging in there. There's hope in sight, and I hope you guys are doing well as well. So let's get into the favorites of 2020 because there's been too much negativity this year. Let's focus on positive things. So first up is favorite park memory. If you haven't been to the parks, you can just make it a Disney memory if you want. I have two actually for park memories. So back in March, I was actually there closing weekend. And if you missed my video where I kind of talk about closing weekend, I'll link that up in the eye and down below. But even though it was so emotional being there at Magic Kingdom when it closed, something really cool came out of it. And that was meeting Josh D'Amaro, who at the time was the president of Walt Disney World. And now he's the chairman of Disney Park. So I met him right before he got that promotion. Such a nice guy. I got a chance to really have some one-on-one time with him and tell him how thankful I am for the company and for everything that he's done. So that was a really special moment. Plus there's like Disney characters everywhere where that's happening. And it was a real sense of community and a lot of people in one place. And then I came home and it was like, you can't see anyone. You stay home, you have to wear a mask. So it was kind of like our last big moment of, I don't want to say life because that sounds depressing, but kind of, you know what I mean? So that's definitely one. And then the second one is on this past trip, actually getting to go on Rise of the Resistance, because you guys, I had heard so many amazing things about it. I had stayed away from all the spoilers. I just didn't want to get up early. I think I only had one or two trips where that was an option, and one I was very sick for, and the other one the parks were closing, so I kind of didn't want to just like waste all my time, not that it would be wasting, but you know what I mean, trying to get on Rise of the Resistance and missing out on other things when I only had like 2 days to do everything. So I didn't get a chance to do it, and this past trip got to do it 3 times, and it, you know, met all my expectations and then some. I am going to talk about in an upcoming video some of the newer things, my thoughts on, you know, Galaxy's Edge, Rise of the Resistance, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and some other newer things, and what it's like to go to the parks during quarantine and 2020. So I'll have like an update video on that coming soon. I just want to get all my like ducks in a row before I sit down and film that one, and hopefully maybe someone will join me for that video so I'm not just talking to myself. But that is coming soon. So yeah, my top 2 park memories: meeting Josh, being there with that sense of community for the closing, and getting to go on Rise of the Resistance. What a special day that was. Number 2 is non-park or Disney memory, and actually it would be a weekend this year. Valentine's Day weekend was amazing. Anthony and I got to go into New York City and spend some time there. We saw Josh Groban, which, oh my god, voice of an angel. I love him, at Radio City Music Hall. That was actually the only residency show that he got to play this year. He was supposed to do like 4, 5, 6 maybe, and that was the only one that he got to play. So we were very lucky to be a part of that, and just like, you know, being together and the whole city thing. A lot of great memories from that weekend. Okay, let's get into some items now. I got a couple of categories here. The first is something I recently just did a video on, Funko Pops. If you missed that video, I will link that up in the eye and down below. I really got way too many this year, so many, it was out of control because they just come up with like the best designs. And I think my favorite Funko for 2020 would have to be this guy, Mr. Toad in the ride vehicle, part of the Disneyland 65th collection. There's quite a few Disneyland 65th Funko Pops that were released, and I showcased that in the Funko video, all of them and where they are stored right now. I have 2 for this next category, and I'm kind of freaking out because I don't know where one of them is. I misplaced it. Right now things are like all a mess for the holidays, but I do have 2, and they were both sent from you guys, so it means even more, and there's stuff that just, oh my gosh, it just screams me. I didn't get a chance to go to Disneyland this year, and these both come from Disneyland, which is so meaningful. The first is this Peter Pan's Flight. That's my favorite attraction. I absolutely love this pin. And the second came from April. My favorite character is Goofy, and she got me a Goofy movie pin I didn't even know existed, and she got it in Disneyland, and I'm just so grateful for both of these pins. But that pin, I don't know where it is right now, and I'm kind of freaking about it because it's so amazing. I will find it. I know I will find it. And if I find it before this video goes up, I will put a picture or a video in of it. But in the meantime, I'm going to link the magic mail that pin came in up in the eye and down below. This is actually a tougher category than I thought because I didn't realize how many new ears I got this year. So favorite ears from 2020. This is a brand new pair. This is actually the first time I'm ever wearing this. It's from Ever After by Patty, which I'm loving, totally loving the gold vibes today. And I had to rock my, you know, Cogsworth notebook as well for this. But yeah, loving these, and I have so many favorites from Mouse Fitters on Etsy. But I think my favorite, especially wearing them in the park, I wore them a lot in October, would be these Haunted Mansion ears, believe it or not. They sold out of the park, they sold out online. It's the wallpaper, it's like a satin, but then you've got this like brushed velvet and the bow. It went with so much. They were comfortable. So I think these might have to be my favorite ears for 2020, surprisingly enough. Okay, this is something I added a lot to in 2020. I'm both like excited that I added a lot and ashamed at the same time. There's been a lot more since I filmed the collection video of this, and that is Loungefly. Favorite Loungefly item. So it could be clothing, it could be a wallet, it could be a pin, it could be a backpack, whatever. Mine is definitely a backpack, and this was a gift for my birthday, and I just am obsessed with this bag. I've used it so many times this year. It is the Park Life backpack. The patterns on these are very difficult to find the perfect placement, but I'm absolutely obsessed with the colors on this. It's just the perfect style because it's got the big pocket and the pockets on the side. I love everything about this bag, and I'm so happy that I have it, and there's a great memory attached to it too. Okay, this is a tough category because it's favorite item you got from the parks this year, and I'm gonna cheat a little bit, even though this is what I created, and do like the favorite parks lines, and there's two. Ink and Paint, absolutely loving the Ink and Paint merchandise, and I got so many of that on the closing weekend Walt Disney World trip. So if you missed that haul, because that is a big one, I will link that up in the eye and down below. Also got my other favorite collection in that as well, which would be the Park Life stuff. This could be a tough category because everything in this category is so meaningful, and that is favorite gift that you received in 2020. And while I want to say the gift of friendship and having people in my life is definitely that gift, if I had to go with an item, that would be this, hands down. Anthony got this for me on our anniversary, and it's heavy because I've been using it nonstop ever since, and that is the Vacation Club Dooney and Burke bag. I love the colors, I love the style of this. I have used this since I got it, and it just has all the Vacation Club hotels in it. I'm a huge fan of Dooney and Burke bags. I'm a huge fan of anything Vacation Club. And you know, the fact that it came from him is very special too. Disney items you used a lot in 2020. I feel like we probably haven't used as many as normal, but definitely a couple things come to mind. First of all, the face masks, and I'm gonna have some new ones coming up in an upcoming haul, I think for my Disney Store and Shop Disney haul. So face masks is definitely a big one. This water bottle, I'm a huge fan of Tervis water bottles. I have a Mickey one like this, a Disneyland 65th. I have an I'm Going to Walt Disney World one. I love these water bottles, and I know I recommended them, and so many of you guys are loving them too. And then I would say like Disney sweatshirts and sweatpants, a couple in particular. This one came from Target, and shout out to Target with all their sweats and sweatshirts. I've been wearing so many of them this year. This is my personal favorite though. It was a Christmas gift last year. It's simple, it's like lightweight, it's just so comfy. I also have this, which is a sweat set. You know, my Disneyland one. I've got so many like sweatshirts and sweatpants like this. I've worn some in videos, some just around the house working. So yeah, I think those would be my most used Disney items of 2020. Next category is favorite small shop. Most of my favorite small shops I have loved for years now, or discovered maybe last year. I'm still testing out products from, you know, recent hauls in small shops, so I can't say they're my favorite, but one shop that really just stands out to me because she is awesome, and I've been getting a chance to know her, but also her merch is amazing, and that's Magic Moment Co. So you've seen me like wear and show off a lot of her pass holder sweatshirts, and she makes spirit jerseys, really comfortable stuff for 2020 and for 2021, because I'm sure I'll be wearing a lot of this stuff next year too. But it's been really awesome finding stuff for her, and I know some of my friends I've recommended the shop to, and they've been doing Christmas gifts for Magic Moment Co. as well, so that's very exciting. Why is it very yellow? Are you guys seeing this too? White balance, man. Favorite item from Shop Disney. I'm actually going to insert a clip of it here because it's too heavy for me to show, and that's this beautiful Belle and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast statue. It just has such meaning behind it. It's so beautiful. They no longer have it in the park, so I'm so excited that I got it. It was one of those times where annual pass holders got 30% online, so I could not pass it up. Favorite show for 2020. I'm gonna do a new discovery and a rediscovery. And for a new one, Schitt's Creek. I hadn't watched that until this year and absolutely loved that show. Can't recommend it enough. And newer, or older favorites rather, I keep turning to again and again, The Office, and I recently got back into New Girl. I forgot how funny that show is, and of course I always watch Friends and The Mandalorian, but yeah, I would have to go The Office for older favorite for 2020 and new favorite Schitt's Creek. Okay, very similar. Movie. Favorite new movie? I guess there really haven't been a lot this year, so the only one I can think of is Onward. And that's the thing, I feel like after I film this, I'm gonna think of other things that could have been my favorite. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Onward for that. And then like rediscovery, I think the two that I watched the most were Clueless, because that had an anniversary, and Endgame. Although I had like a Pixar moment for a while there too. Favorite video I filmed in 2020. I love when someone else is with me. It's just fun to have someone here. It's great talking to you guys, but it's something about someone being here, which I think is like the trend of 2020. So when my sisters join me or Anthony's joined me, it's been amazing. I think like solo videos though, obviously I love a good Walt Disney World haul or haul in general. I guess I would say the March haul because that was a big one. But I also enjoyed my collection videos, and I will say my Loungefly and purse one was really fun to film because I laid them all out and it made me appreciate my collection, because normally they're like stored and being only used one at a time, so it was kind of fun to see that whole collection, you know, laid out and how special it is. So while there's so much negative that has gone on for 2020, number 15 focuses on things that are positive that have come out with 2020, and I picked 3 things because I think it's important to showcase as much positivity as possible. One would be, you know, it's kind of silver lining to see my family more with my job. It's very crazy. I don't work close to my house and I'm traveling all over the place for work a lot too. Busy schedule, so it's been kind of nice to have more time with them, although trust me, I am looking forward to, to getting back out there, but that's been nice. It helped me shift gears here too. I was kind of like fizzling out with YouTube. I started the channel last year, wasn't really going anywhere, wasn't really promoting it or like putting my heart into it, and it was just like stuff I would film quick before work. So now it's allowed me a little bit more time behind the camera and hanging out with you guys, so that has been nice. And that's the thing too, meeting you guys, it's been so awesome getting to chat with you guys. Meeting up with a couple of you guys has been fun, and I look forward to that next year as well, continuing. And also I got to do another radio station. I added another one to my resume this year. So for those of you who don't know, I do work in radio. I do the afternoon show here on Long Island on Walk 97.5, and I do middays beforehand on Star 99.9 in Connecticut. So I've gotten to like expand my radio career a little bit too. So that's been, you know, it's been a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie, but it's been a positive thing to come out of this year. So that is my 15 questions. A lot of them focused on Disney. I will probably do a lifestyle version of this if you guys want to see that, maybe talking about makeup, some other finds from 2020. So let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in seeing some of my favorite things for 2020. But this was fun to think about and come up with because it really shifted my gear on positivity, which I am all about for 2020 and 2021. So I did read something I want to share with you guys first that said, studies show and experts suggest that if you focus on a couple of positive things during the day, it will help you through the pandemic. And one of the things that they put on there was making one person laugh a day, and that can include yourself, and one person smile a day. So when you kind of focus on stuff like that, and that's like becomes your mission, happiness becomes your mission, I think that's a really cool thing to keep in mind for 2021. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys do this as well. If you don't have a YouTube channel, you know, you don't want to film anything, let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite things might have been. Maybe it was an item, a parks memory, or something positive to come out of 2020. We have more giveaways on the way. I currently have one going on, so if I still have, you know, room to link a video, I'll put that up in the eye, but it will definitely be down below. We have more hauls and more collections too. Thank you so much for joining me. Be well, be safe. I am Christina K. Have a Disney day and be positive.